Welcome to the Deep Dive. You know, it's mid-May already. This year's just flying by.
Isn't it just?
And while we're feeling that usual chill here, I even heard Lusaka's been a bit nippy.
Yeah, unseasonably so, apparently.
Well, look, we've got a newsletter here packed with some genuinely interesting stuff that should hopefully warm things up a bit.
Absolutely. It's actually a really encouraging look at what's happening in innovation right now. Lots going on.
Okay, so let's dive right in then. First thing that jumped out at me was the announcement about the Timbuktu Mine Tech Accelerator, the top 10 startups.
Oh, yeah, that was big news. And over 200 applicants, right, across Africa.
Exactly. That tells you something about the sheer level of interest and ideas focused on mining tech.
It really does. And what's smart about this program, I think, is how it zeroes in on specific tech like drone systems and data visualization.
Right.
Applying them to, real tangible challenges in the mining sector across the continent. It's not just tech for tech's sake.
No, definitely finding practical solutions. Better efficiency, maybe safer operations too.
And these 10 teams are now heading into a pretty intensive 6-week boot camp. Part of it's at NISR, the National Institute for Scientific and Industrial Research.
That's right. So they'll be, really sharpening their business models, refining prototypes.
Exactly. And crucially, making sure they align with what the market actually needs. That NISR connection should be really valuable there.
Yeah, that market fit piece is always key. A great idea doesn't go far if nobody needs it, right?
Precisely. The boot camp environment should really help bridge that gap.
Okay, moving on. It was also good to see a focus on, fundamental business skills. This volunteer day workshop on financial literacy.
Oh, yeah, the one with Delight Zambia at Hive Co-working.
That's the one. Seemed like a really practical session.
Definitely. Strong financial literacy is just foundational for any sustainable business, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Covering things like auditing, debt management, cash flow strategies, that's knowledge entrepreneurs can use straight away.
And the networking opportunity, too, I imagine.
Always a plus.
There was a quote in there from Deloitte's Malambo that really stuck with me. If you want to make something in life, be prepared to last.
That's powerful. Simple but true.
Hits home for anyone building something, I think.
It really does. Longevity needs more than just a good idea. It needs that financial understanding and management.
Okay, now this next bit sounds really fascinating. They hosted an AI expert, Jeff Krupa.
That's right. MIT trained, currently a postdoctoral researcher at CERN.
Wow, CERN. That's bringing some serious brain power into the mix.
And what was striking was the sheer range of AI applications they discussed. I mean, from analyzing particle collision data at CERN
Right, incredibly complex stuff.
to really practical issues right here in Zambia, things like cancer treatment, agriculture, climate action. It just shows how versatile AI can be.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And they didn't just stop at, the technical side. They also looked at AI for social good.
Yeah, things like crime tracking, analyzing gender-based violence data.
And the team even shared their own work using AI to map election violence. That's using tech for storytelling and advocacy.
Exactly. It's a powerful way to use data analysis to shine a light on really critical social issues, potentially inform policy or action.
And the learning continued, right? Day 2 was about how deep learning specifically.
Which is that subset of AI using complex algorithms on large data sets.
Right, how that could actually boost their own programs and impact the wider Zambian innovation ecosystem. Sounds like different teams got involved.
Yeah, that internal focus is smart. You need to understand how to integrate these powerful tools into your own work to really leverage them effectively.
Makes sense. Okay, shifting gears to opportunities. Applications are open for Cohort 5 of the Women in Tech Zambia program.
Yes, this is a fantastic chance for women-led, tech-enabled startups. Acceleration, mentorship.
And that $10,000 in equity-free funding, that's significant.
Hugely significant, especially for early-stage ventures. It can be transformative. The deadline's May 28th, so definitely one for eligible founders to check out quickly.
Good point. And there's also a survey running right now, the 2025 Developer Ecosystem Survey.
Ah, yes, the one BongoHive and ICTAZ are doing, launched by the minister.
That's it. Seems like a key way for developers and tech professionals to, have their say.
Absolutely. Insights from surveys like this are vital. They help shape digital policy, figure out what training is needed, where innovation support should go. It feeds directly into building the ecosystem.
Definitely worthwhile for people in the tech space to contribute then. Also coming up soon, May 22nd in Lusaka, There's a Climate Resilient Future Forum.
Very timely.
Yeah.
Hosted by AICCRA and partners.
Yeah, and the goals seem really important, launching a national framework for weather, water, and climate services.
Building partnerships, exploring innovations from CGIAR, really bridging that gap between climate science and practical action. Vital stuff for Zambia's resilience.
Absolutely. Okay, staying on the tech frontier, the AI Weekly Roundup mentioned some pretty rapid advancements. OpenAI, Google, Tencent.
Yeah, the pace is just incredible. Things like OpenAI's Codex helping develop software autonomously, Google's AlphaVolve designing new AI algorithms itself,
Wow.
Notion's AI productivity tools, Tencent generating cinematic video with AI. It's impacting software, creative work, efficiency.
It really feels like AI's influence is just growing exponentially across so many fields.
It certainly seems that way. The full update probably has even more examples.
And speaking of AI, the newsletter itself has had an AI makeover.
Ah, the audio version using Google's AI voice tech.
Exactly. An intelligent audio experience, they called it.
Mm.
Pretty neat way to stay informed if you're on the move or just prefer listening.
Yeah, smart move. Makes the content more accessible, caters to different preferences. Definitely worth trying out.
For sure. They also highlighted a specific startup, Ishandi, formerly Premier Credit,
Right, the Zambian fintech. They're doing really interesting work in financial inclusion.
using an AI-powered platform, it said.
Yeah, to offer things like instant collateral-free loans and tailored digital financial services. It's aimed squarely at underbanked individuals and SMEs.
And they're operating in multiple countries now.
4 countries, I believe. Really trying to close that financial access gap with a particular focus on empowering women financially, which is crucial.
Mhm.
They seem to be scaling impressively.
Definitely sounds like a company making a real difference.
Using AI to streamline and reach people who were previously left out.
And just quickly, they also mentioned an entrepreneur resource portal being available.
Yeah, just a pointer towards a hub with tools, funding info, networking links, always useful for entrepreneurs to know where to find that kind of support.
Definitely. Wow, okay, so this newsletter really covered a lot of ground.
It really did. From mining tech to financial literacy, AI breakthroughs, climate action, fintech, it paints a picture of a very vibrant ecosystem.
Absolutely. Lots of innovation, lots of activity happening.
Forward-looking stuff, tackling diverse challenges.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Seeing all these advancements, particularly in AI and specific sector tech, how might these ripples eventually affect, your own field or your own interests in ways maybe you haven't even considered yet?
That's a great point. The pace of change means the connections and impacts might show up in unexpected places.
Definitely some food for thought there. Well, thanks for unpacking all that with me today.
My pleasure. Lots to keep an eye on.